It's that time again. It's National Hardware Show time, and we're in Las Vegas having a look at the latest and greatest in products that you will find in your local hardware store or home center to help you fix up your piece of the great American dream. Good. Okay, good. Here we go. It's showtime. Everybody, come on. It's showtime. Let's get going. Come on, Rico. Come on. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Count us down. All right. On the house, on the road. Thank you, Magic Mike. The Carey brothers. James here with Brother Morris. Captain Dan Bringer's in the studio and workshop. Remodeling babe Carol Carey producing this special edition of On the House, on the Road. It's National Hardware Show time.
On the road again.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, I got to keep my daytime job.
Boy,
I absolutely love it. I have found more stuff to put in my pockets and take home. I just love it. I found the premier pressure washer. I found some of the best paints money can buy. Paints that paint on plastic. Can you believe that? And hold. I've seen every tool known to man and some new inventions that I've never seen before.
Full pockets and undoubtedly a full pickup, and you have yet to be stopped by security for pilfering anything.
Well, I could hardly walk.
Yes, I know. But it's wonderful, and we're delighted you're with us. We have a program just filled with terrific guests and information on products that we've discovered here in Las Vegas at our annual visit. It's our 25th annual visit to the National Hardware Show in Las Vegas, and we hope that you'll spend a little time with us today discovering some new things that may help you with your piece of the great American dream. And we are broadcasting.
You are all wet.
I am all wet.
You are all wet.
Well, that's what some of the affiliates say, but you know.
But you're clean.
Yes, I am clean.
Yes.
And that's because On the House is broadcasting from the Wet and Forget exhibit here at the National Hardware Show. By the way, the NHS...
70 years. This is 70 years of this show.
Yeah.
And I was there at the very beginning.
I know you were.
Mama!
Yeah, I only have been to 25, but you were there at the beginning.
Right.
Anyway, Wet and Forget, great partners, great product. And here with Wet and Forget is Adam Smith to tell us a little bit about what's new and exciting with the cleaning category and Wet and Forget. Adam, welcome to the program.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, it's always nice to have a wet guy back like you, man. I tell you.
Well, you know,
I love Wet and Forget. That's the truth.
So, Adam, for many years, we recommended a caustic combination of products that the federal government Department of Forest Products Laboratory recommends for getting rid of mildew. And that was okay until we discovered Wet and Forget as a really safe and effective alternative. So for our friends...
And it's made for lazy people.
That's
for
right.
our friends that may not know what Wet and Forget is all about, and I can't imagine there's anyone out there, share a little bit about the product and the company history.
Sure. Well, Wet and Forget, we're all about easy solutions for everyday problems. We try to take a problem and make it easier for people. Everybody talks about immediate gratification. We totally get that, but when you have something that's going to make it easier and it works, people gravitate to a product like that. And that's how Wet and Forget was born. In years past, you would power wash, you'd use bleach and TSP, highly caustic products to get rid of mold and mildew and things from concrete, bricks, stucco, aluminum, vinyl, all those surfaces. but over time it can be damaging. So in New Zealand about 40 years ago, gentleman by the name of Rod Jenden.
You weren't alive.
Oh, I sure was.
Oh, were
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, I know. I got that whole, young-looking thing.
No,
here,
it's
so.
okay. Good.
So Wet and Forget was developed there. He was a contractor using bleaching products to clean government buildings. Well, he's having a problem with those bleaching products ruining his trucks. His guys getting, they'd have to change their uniforms all the time. So he found this product, Wet and Forget, the chemical for it, and he tried testing it. And he started to use it on these government buildings, and over time, people were coming back to him, going to his shop and with milk cans and paint cans, trying to buy this stuff. And that's how Wet and Forget was born. So what we've been able to do with this product is
Now, you don't sell it in paint cans.
no,
And you don't sell it in milk cans.
No, we sell it all over the country in a nice plastic bottle with a blue
good.
coloring.
All right.
And this is a concentrate
It
that
is a
when
concentrate.
added with water and put into a, say for example, if it's outdoor, pump garden sprayer.
Correct.
Spray it on. I've used it on concrete. I've used it on stucco. I've used it on stone. I've used it on roofing. And successfully. It really is terrific. And it was so successful that you went into another product.
We did. We had a lot of questions with this product. Can I use it inside my house? And it's registered as an outside product. So what we did is we looked at another problem category in the home, your shower, where this chemistry is completely different than the outdoor product. This is developed to go after soap scum and body oil that builds up in your shower.
And it works.
And it works.
And I'm personally, intimately, what am I?
Familiar.
Familiar.
Yes,
That's right.
you are.
I was going to say something else.
Now-
Intimately familiar with how well it works.
This is a 12-week program.
It's a 12-week program, and it's a really nice soft vanilla scent. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your shower. When you get out of your shower, while the walls are still wet, the glass,
Spray it down.
You're going to spray
everywhere.
it down. You're going to come back the next day.
Rinse it off.
And rinse it off. The nice thing about it is you can use it on your glass, your fiberglass, your tile.
You don't scrub.
You don't have to do any of that.
Don't scrub. You just rinse. Period. That's it. Nothing else.
But wait, there's more.
But wait,
And
there is more.
So we continued with product development, and another product was born.
We were asked if we could have a product that would work inside, like Wet and Forget. Well, we developed this product as strictly an indoor product. So you're going to use this in your shower if you like. It's a mold and mildew disinfectant cleaner called Wet and Forget Indoor. It's very simple.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about this, you can use it all through your house.
My mother-in-law has been sitting in the same chair for about 2 years, and she's getting mold all over. Can I use it?
Absolutely.
You could.
Okay. All right.
So what you want to do with this is you want to apply it and give it a wipe down. And if you have a bad area, give it one more coat, okay? This is going to give you protection for about 7 days.
Now, I want to remind our audience that this product is not instantaneous.
Correct.
If you're looking for instant gratification, this isn't your product. If you're looking for something that's easy, that's effective, that's long-lasting, this is your product.
Right.
All right, let's wrap things up with the latest and greatest product. Well, maybe not the greatest, but the latest.
It's the greatest.
Okay.
Wet and Forget Miss Muffet's Revenge. It's an indoor-outdoor spider killer. You're going to build a perimeter around the area the spiders come in, and when they walk across that perimeter, the active ingredient will be absorbed.
Muerto, dead.
Exactly.
Now, we know this works. We know this absolutely works because it's not allowed in California.
Correct.
That means it does work.
Now, the interesting thing, the nice thing about this product, it's kind of a cleaning product as well. If you go out and you look underneath your front porch and you have your light there and you got all those cobwebs. So what you're going to do is you're going to apply this today and you're going to come back with a broom or brush tomorrow and knock them down. It's going to give you about a year's protection indoors and outdoors.
Now, I just wrote about this in our column in the Family Handyman magazine, and I know that this particular nozzle, I believe if I get it right, it shoots up to, is it?
About 12 to 13 feet.
I was going to say 12 feet.
Yeah, you're going to be able to get to most places in your home.
Don't have to get up on a ladder.
Exactly.
All right.
So.
Adam Smith, the company is Wet and Forget, and you may find them on the web at wetandforget.com. And I'll bet, Adam, if our audience went to the website, they might even be able to find a retail outlet in their neck of the woods that carries your product.
They will. They'll be able to find somebody very close with any of our products.
Any particular retailers that they might look for?
Lowe's, Ace Hardware, True Value stores, those pretty much anywhere in the country.
He's such a name dropper.
Yeah, what a name dropper.
All right, Adam Smith, Wet and Forget, thanks so much for joining us. And thank you for hosting our remote broadcast for National Hardware Show.
We appreciate our partnership.
Coming up, the world's finest lawnmower engine.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All on the House, live from the National Hardware Show 2015, Las Vegas, Nevada. You're listening to On the House with the Carey Brothers. 800-737-2474 is our number. You can catch us on the web at onthehouse.com, where you can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, have a look at our YouTube how-to videos, especially some videos that we've collected here in Las Vegas at the National Hardware Show.
And from the Wet and Forget booth, and as promised when we went to break, I stated
Yes.
that we were going to bring aboard a representative from the company that makes the best lawnmower engine on the face of the earth, and many other wonderful products are used with that engine as well. And the engine is Briggs and Stratton.
Oh, yeah. I grew up with that engine.
And with us is Dan Roach. Hi, Dan.
How
So
you
nice
doing?
to have you here.
It's great to be here.
I really enjoyed visiting your booth yesterday, and you are a terrific actor.
Oh, boy, I tell you. Morris said, oh, my, look at this. James, you got to get to the Briggs & Stratton booth. I want you to see this new pressure washer. This pressure washer is 3,000 PSI. It's 5 gallons per minute. It's powerful. It's compact. It's got big tires, and the hose isn't everywhere. And he says there's really something special about it that I like that I have never seen before, and he's holding it in his previously nicotine-stained fingers. Tell us what he's holding, Dan.
He is holding on to our patented 7-in-1 nozzle that is really part of the integrated system that allows PowerFlow to do things that no other pressure washer can do.
Okay, so
Besides being a monster of a pressure washer, this one with this 7-segment washer nozzle allows you to, with the flip of just a turn of a dial.
it's like some of those fancy shower heads that we see in our
exactly.
Got
So
it.
well
You
put.
got it.
Yeah.
And you can go from a very ferocious pointed spray to a fan spray that you can use to wash a car.
Exactly.
It's just beautiful.
I wouldn't recommend using it in the shower, but like our friends
no.
like
Yeah.
our friends at
Talk
Wet and
about it.
Forget, we are all about making tasks and things to jobs around the house a lot easier, so you can get back to doing whatever it is you want to do on the weekend.
For years, when I first started using a pressure washer, there were those little tips attached to the
Correct.
cart,
Correct.
and I never knew what they were for.
Yep.
And you explain on your tip what each does.
Exactly.
And it's great.
As you rotate that, you get a number of different settings, 3 of which are pretty standard with pressure washers. The pinpoint, the fan, and then the broader fan.
Right.
That does a great job of work real close, 12, 14 inches away from the nozzle.
Right.
There's a lot of work happening there.
That's right.
But if you want to reach up into a second-story eave or clean windows that are on a second floor, you'll just get missed when you shoot a pressure washer up that high.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we have 4 other settings that drop the pressure, so lower the PSI, but increase greatly the flow, which allows you to tap that inner fireman inside you and get to those projects that you would rather not get any closer to.
Clean the second story eaves, clean
Absolutely.
the screens, clean the windows. Wow.
If
I
you're
love
just
it.
joining us on the House on the Road, we are broadcasting live from the Wet and Forget exhibit at National Hardware Show 2015. We're chatting with Dan Roach. He is with Briggs & Stratton. We're talking about their brand new gas pressure washer with the 7-in-1 nozzle.
Yep.
Dan, that's a gas pressure washer, pretty powerful. We understand that all of the same, you've got the same hose, you've got the same 7-in-1 nozzle, you've got the really compact footprint in an electric model as
Exactly.
well. Tell us about that and how it differs from the gas unit.
Well, the PowerFlow Plus unit that we're talking about is a family. There's really 3 units. There's 2 gas and an electric. 2 of the gas, the only difference there is an electric start versus a pull start. But when you talk about the electric pressure washers, that's where convenience really comes into play. Some people don't want to deal with the maintenance
The
of an
gas, the
engine.
oil, the fuel
Don't want
storage.
to start it. So
Right.
it's just a push button. You plug it into a regular outlet. You hook it up with water. You flip the switch, and you're ready to do work. So it's very convenient.
Dan, where may our audience find the Briggs & Stratton pressure washers at retail? Where may they learn more about the product line, and what is the manufacturer's suggested retail price range for the product?
get through all that in just a second. I'll try to answer all 3 of those questions. Number 1, you can buy PowerFlow Plus from Briggs & Stratton only at Lowe's retail outlets. So we've got a great partnership with Lowe's. They've done a great job highlighting the product, and it really pushes the category. The gas pressure washer is $3.99, and the electric pressure washer is $2.49. And they can learn more information at powerflowplus.com.
You followed my lead just fine. He's Dan Roach, the product, Briggs & Stratton Power Washers. And Dan, you know that I'm going to keep the nozzle, so it's going to have to find its home, and you'll have my address momentarily.
Fair enough. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us from the Wet and Forget exhibit here at National Hardware Show. All right, I've got to tell you that we've got an old friend that we bumped into here at the National Hardware Show, and they've got more gadgets and stuff to play with than you could ever think about. They are General Tools, and we're joined at our broadcast location by a member of the General Tools team. He is Andrew McAuliffe.
Yes,
all right. And Andrew is seated beside Adam Boja. Boja.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to say this. Andrew and Adam.
Yes, sir.
With General Tools.
Yes,
How
sir.
are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great.
Well, it's really General Tools and Instruments, and I think that you guys need
Wait a minute. It's mostly, when you go there, it's General Instruments. I mean, this is a really sophisticated manufacturer of electronic tools.
And I know you love their stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But did you know this? You said moments ago that this is the 70th anniversary of the National Hardware Show.
Yes.
Did you realize that General Tools was among the founding members of the show in New York 70 years ago?
You guys don't look that old.
Oh, we were there.
Yeah,
you were
there.
Oh,
All
I
right.
got to get some of your water.
In the 3 minutes we have, let's talk a little bit about what's hot with General Tools this year at National Hardware Show.
Sure. You want to start?
Yeah, so over here we got the standard and T ratcheting dual drive screwdrivers.
This
They're
is
both
like for working on computers and watches and all kinds of little tiny stuff. But it's actually a ratchet tool. And you can actually change tips, and the tips are in the handle.
Yep, so if you hold that black collar right there with your left hand and then rotate the handle shaft on the bottom. There you go.
Sure.
It actually continues to rotate in the same direction
Oh, yeah.
as you go back and forth with it.
I'll be darned. And I'm holding in my previously nicotine-stained fingers the ratcheting T-handle express driver.
Yep.
Which drives screws 2 times faster. Again, these have small bits. These are for doing smaller work.
Oh, wait.
Hobbyist
I don't know that
electronics.
anybody really got this. When you use a ratchet of any kind, you tighten and then release a distance and then tighten.
Right.
This one goes in the same direction, and if you're tightening,
Regardless
no matter
of whether you're going clockwise or
If you're doing
counterclockwise.
it
tightens in
consistently.
whichever way the handle goes, it tightens, or you can move it to loosen, and whichever way the handle
All
goes,
right.
you loosen.
We're going
That's
to kick
pretty
it up
cool.
a notch. There are a couple of products we want to cover in about the minute and a half we have left. One is the formaldehyde meter, which I recently utilized because my son was the recipient of 1,000 square feet of Lumber Liquidators product, and we learned from a recent 60 Minutes expose that there were some questions about the level of formaldehyde in the product. So I saw a release come out on this meter. I got one. I tested my son's formaldehyde level, and it was within what the EPA says is allowable for residential construction.
Right.
But this is a device that anyone, consumer or pro, should have as a means of determining if they have hazardous levels of formaldehyde in their homes.
Absolutely. Especially if they're doing any type of work with treated lumber or imported wood or anything they're nervous about, could have it
Or
in
buying
there.
Lumber Liquidators product. I
Yes.
mean, truly. I mean,
Absolutely.
if regardless of Lumber Liquidators' position, if they've got bad product, consumers need to know whether they have it, and this is a way of finding out.
Absolutely.
And let's wrap
This
things up
is
in the 30
absolutely-
seconds we have left with this phenomenal gadget.
James recently told me that you guys made a flashlight with a camera in it. And I thought, what's that? I have an iPhone that does that. That's no big deal. And then I saw this,
Yeah.
the flashlight, and it has a really nice camera. And the lights are way brighter than an iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
You can stick this in a wall cavity and look down to the bottom.
And record.
Absolutely.
And can you send it Bluetooth to an iPad or something like that?
Not at this time. Right now it records onto a micro SD card.
Something to look forward to.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
there's something that records on this?
Yeah.
Very
best.
cool.
They are.
Yeah.
And what's the manufacturer suggested retail?
That one is $299.
And the formaldehyde meter?
$399.
Adam and Andrew, they're from General Tools and Instruments, and you can get more information on their products by visiting generaltools.com. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
More on the house live from the National Hardware Show right after this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Magic Mike, and thank you for tuning into this half of this hour of On the House with us, the Carey Brothers, coming to you live from the Wet and Forget booth, Las Vegas Convention Center, Las Vegas, Nevada, 70th National Hardware Show. I love this show.
Like a couple of kids in a candy store. By the way, want to remind you to visit our website at onthehouse.com to have a look at some of the many videos that we've shot here at the National Hardware Show. Have a look at some of the people, the products that we've discussed, get links to websites and so on. Lots of terrific information.
Our next guest.
Bob Golden.
Our next guest.
Bob Golden.
Our next guest, Bob Golden.
Yes.
Is the inventor of one of the coolest things. Remodeling Babe found this. I don't know why I didn't, but I am so glad, Remodeling Babe, that you found this. These are labels for sockets.
Oh, don't you love it?
I love it. Do you know how difficult it is to find sockets when you don't use them every single day?
It's like a needle in a haystack.
You know, when you use a socket every day, you get used to the sizes, and you can eyeball a 9/16, a half inch, a 7/16, a 3/4, whatever.
Well, at least with your glasses on, you can.
Well, yeah. And that's different, too. But when you don't use them every day, it's not easy to see the size. And these labels are in bright green with white letters and bright red with white letters, 3/8, half inch, 27 millimeter, 28 millimeter.
But wait,
nice.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, no kidding.
And here to tell us about it is Bob Golden. Bob, welcome to the program.
Hi.
So, go ahead.
We do labels that help people. We do the socket labels for the tools. We do toolbox labels for your toolboxes, magnetic and sticky. Sticky for aluminum and stainless steel, and magnetic for the steel. We also do breaker box labels. We have the only labels that actually go on the switch that you can actually see.
Breaker box labels for you, bud.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding? Are they in this package?
Yes, everything's in this package.
Oh my gosh.
And
garage organizer labels
these are our newest.
Oh, wow.
That come out on May 11th is our garage organizer set. And what you have there is a master garage organizer set with all these together.
Oh, I sure do.
This
Metric
is so
nuts,
cool.
SAE bolts, wood screws, drywall screws. Dude, I'm going to have labels. I'm going to look like that Jim Carrey and I don't know.
I don't know how many.
Where he had sticky, yellow sticky labels all over himself. Yeah,
I don't know how many labels are here, hundreds or thousands or whatever it is.
There's more than 1,000 labels in that pack.
This is the size of a business envelope. And there are more labels for, how handy is this?
How'd you think of this, Bob?
Yeah.
We've been doing this for about 12 years now, and we do it strictly online, and that's why I'm here, trying to get it to go to the retail marketplace.
Give me your online.
You've come
SteelLabels.com with two L's, all one word. SteelLabels.com.
And we'll put that on our website, Bob. And I just want you to know, you're here working hard to try and get visibility. Well, you've come to the Guppy Tank.
Okay.
The Guppy Tank? Yeah.
The Guppy Tank?
You know, there's some big TV show that has a bigger fish. We're the Guppy Tank of
we're
Home
the
Improvement
Guppies too,
Radio. But that's okay. We'll propel you to greatness. And the website is?
SteelLabels.com.
Terrific. And we may find this at retail soon, I am certain.
I want you to just go to Bob's website, SteelLabels.com, and take a look at what he has to offer. It's inexpensive, and what a great help in the garage.
All right, we're going to go from guppies to gorillas. And
oh my gosh.
That's right.
That was a good segue.
And we're going to do that with the young lady who knows a lot about it, and she is Megan with Gorilla Glue. Megan, welcome to the program.
Hey, Megan, how you doing?
So Gorilla Glue has been around for a long time, and we've used the product in our remodeling company, but there is always something new from Gorilla Glue, and what have you today?
So we're really excited. Thank you for having me. We have a heavy-duty construction adhesive coming out. So it is truly an all-purpose, all-surface construction adhesive.
Now, is there a particular ingredient in this product that makes this a good choice for folks in the construction industry or DIYers looking for a good product?
That's a great question. So the way this is different from other construction adhesives is it's 100% adhesive. So what most consumers don't realize is construction adhesives, others on the market, have water and solvents in them. So they add additives in them. By having 100% adhesive formula, that really gives it the versatility to work anywhere. So you can use it in your kitchen, you can use it in your bath, you can use it outdoors. It's 100% waterproof.
And how do I clean up my hands and my tools with the product?
It's simply just a water
Soap and water
cleanup.
Soap and water cleanup,
Yep.
not a solvent-based product.
How does this cure? Is it a chemical cure or?
It's a normal 24-hour cure, so it's a hybrid formula. So it'll cure in about 1 to 2 hours, but full cure is about 24 hours.
And
Now, does this expand like some of your other products?
No, that's a great question. So this is not an expanding formula. Most people know us for our original Gorilla Glue.
That's right.
Yeah, and that does have an expansion.
And I think that was a polyurethane product,
is
if
a
I'm not mistaken.
polyurethane, yeah.
And we really like polyurethane.
It's a great product. It's really versatile. Works on a lot of surfaces.
I want you to know that I recently built a door with a frame
Yeah.
and a center panel, and I used the Gorilla Glue because I knew that's the one that would hold the best. And I had no idea that you guys made an adhesive.
Yeah, the construction adhesive.
I mean, a construction
Yeah,
adhesive.
it's not out on the market yet, so it's coming out. We're doing a soft launch in June, so it'll be at some hardware stores, and then we should have national distribution by the fall.
All right.
So we have an exclusive on this brand new Gorilla adhesive in a tube.
Brand new.
You
in
got
a
a scoop,
caulking
buddy.
tube. Oh wow!
So, Megan, where might our audience use the product? Inside, outside,
Yeah,
concrete?
so the really great thing about this product, we're really putting our claim on all surface, all purpose. So you can use it in your kitchen. You can use it if you want to put some wainscoting up in the dining room. You can use it if you're doing landscaping outside with pavers. You can use it on concrete. You can use it on mirrors, hang a mirror in your bathroom.
And our audience may get more information on Gorilla Glue products by going where?
So go to GorillaTough.com.
GorillaTough.com.
We have information on all the products, and we have a product guide that really helps consumers choose the right glue.
Terrific. Megan with Gorilla Glue. You're listening to On the House with the Carey Brothers live from the National Hardware Show. More straight ahead. On the House, on the road, broadcasting from the Wet and Forget exhibit. We're at the National Hardware Show having a look at the latest and greatest and stuff you'll find coming up at your hardware store, home center, or wherever you buy your home and garden products. A reminder to go to our website at onthehouse.com where you can have a look at our show notes section with links to all the folks that we've chatted with throughout our visit here at National Hardware Show. Have a look at some of the videos and get more information for products you can use around your piece of the great American dream.
Green Bow,
Alabama.
The secret. Alabama. That's pretty good.
Alabama. That's where my bestest, goodest friend Bubba was from. Greenbow, Alabama.
The secret of urban gardening, I'm looking at this catalog, and I'm looking at this Greenbow pot, planter pot.
Okay.
And it's not a contemporary shaped pot. It has...
It's a straddler pot.
It's a straddling pot.
Wow.
Which is... like the upside down letter U.
And it's so colorful and so beautiful.
And what you do is you hang it on a fence rail.
And here to tell us a little bit about Greenbow, not Greenbow, Alabama, but Greenbow, the lovely planters, is its CEO, Roy Julis. Welcome to the program, Roy.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about Greenbow, and is this something an idea that you conceived of?
Yep. Yeah, I invented all of our products. We specialize in design and manufacturing home and garden products, mainly smart planters, innovative planters.
What makes a planter smart or innovative?
When it solves a problem to the consumer.
Okay, that's a good answer. So what problem does this solve to the consumer? What's the problem and how have you solved it?
So the problem is mainly small balconies. When you don't want to use the floor space in your balcony, you want to use it for table and chairs, and you still want to grow your vegetable, flowers, plants, you can use it on the railing. You don't need to occupy the floor space.
So I can't balance a pot on my metal railing or my wood railing.
You could build an extravagant, platform.
Why would I want to do that when I've got Greenbow?
Exactly, Alabama.
So what your pot, and for the lack of a better term, and you might have another buzzword that we might use, but your pot straddles the railing, or it surrounds it.
It just sits on the railing and the legs of the planter because of the U shape.
It's like riding a horse,
Exactly.
with the railing being a horse and your
pot
legs
being
over
the
the
rider.
railing.
Exactly. This is the idea.
It's wonderful. And these pots are constructed of what kind of material?
Plastic polypropylene.
And do they drain?
They have a drainage solution. They have 2 drainage solutions you can take off and reuse the water. All of our products are
Eco-friendly.
Eco-friendly.
How many colors?
We have from the regular Greenbow planter, we have 10 colors from the XL, which is bigger. The Green planter fits from 0 to 4-inch railing. The XL, which is bigger, from 0 to 6-inch railing.
For example, a 2x4 or a 2x6 wood cap on a wood fence, you can use these. You can use them on tubular railing. You can use them on
any shape.
Round, any shape.
Any shape of railing. It's not limited to one shape or other.
I think that even if you have the floor space, this can bring a tremendous amount of beauty and interest to any handrail.
Where may our audience get more information on Greenbow beautiful planters?
On our website, www.greenbow.co.
I tried it on my stair rail, but it kept going to the bottom.
GREENBO.co.
Yep.
Okay, thanks so much, Roy. Thanks for
you.
joining us.
Thank you.
And we are joined at our broadcast location by an old friend. He's a young old friend. He's Carl Champley. Carl, he is another home improvement reporter, a guy who has really got a face for television as opposed to radio. Lucky for us. So, Carl, what are you up to? And what have you seen that's really caught your eye here at National Hardware Show?
Well, it's always...
Other than some of the young women who are scantily clad.
I was going to say you two gentlemen.
Oh, you're the best. Okay.
You're so funny.
No, always so good to see you guys.
Same here,
It
Carl.
really
Ditto.
is.
Yeah.
You're a couple of pros, and you've been in. It's not your first rodeo, and I love it. I always love running into you guys.
Same here.
thank you.
What are you up to?
Oh God, there's a lot of things at the moment. I'm trying to keep up with it all. I don't know if I'm Arthur or Martha lately. With television, and actually I've just been back to Australia with a bit of a family situation, but I'm back here. I'm
We're
great.
glad your dad's doing well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We send
Thank
you thoughts
Yeah.
and prayers
Oh,
your
I
way
appreciate
and his
it.
way.
I appreciate it. But great to be here at the show. It's a good crowd. It's a lot more floor space this year with the Southern Hall and the Central Hall here. It's hard to pick a particular product. I'm amazed with some companies. They just pump out so much new product year after year.
It's just amazing.
But I'm finding like the electronics world, there's a lot more simplicity with a lot of the products. It's more plug and play. It's less complicated, and when you've got less complications, I think it's more attractive for a lot of the
That's
homeowners
Morris's
out there.
mantra.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Anything
Hey,
that's,
I'm with him.
anything that's
I'm
really
with
caught,
him.
anything that's really caught your eye that you said, "Wow, I never thought." Let's see. What have you seen, Morris, that you thought, "Wow, this is really cool"? Besides the labels for your sockets.
I saw a ladder that has really wide steps.
Right.
And it's 3 steps or 4 steps, and they're spread out over a long distance, and there's a handle that you can grab onto to climb the ladder, and then you can fold the handle down, pick up on the steps, and it folds into this little flat deal.
Fights foot fatigue. And when you're on a ladder for a long time,
absolutely.
balancing
Instead of-
foot fatigue.
Safety is
Instead of
everything.
having a 4-inch rung,
Yep.
these are like 8 or 9 inches. They're unbelievable, and your whole foot sits on the step, and you can stand there for hours on end, doing electrical work or whatever overhead.
See how excited
It's
he
great.
gets, Carl?
No, I can see it.
How can our audience follow up with you? Is there a website they can go to see what you're up to?
It's carlchampley.com with a K.
KARLCHAMPLEY.
You got it.
.com.
You got it.
And you got to go to Carl's website because he's one handsome.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think both of you need some serious glasses.
The Carey brothers have faces for radio. Carl's got a face for television.
Oh,
Go to
I don't
his
know about
website and check in.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Carl.
Gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure.
All right.
Always nice to see
More
you.
from
too, mate.
National Hardware Show live from the Wet and Forget booth. On the House, straight ahead. On the House, continuing live from the Wet and Forget exhibit. It's the National Hardware Show. Go to onthehouse.com for more information on all the people and products that we've had the opportunity to interact with here during our week in Las Vegas. And boy, things are getting mighty hot here, but not a problem because they're going to cool down mighty quickly.
I'm very comfortable. And
you
know
are?
what? Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I'm getting cool air blown all over me body.
You know, in the backyard, in the playhouse, we had an evaporative cooler when we were kids.
We did.
We didn't have air conditioning in Grandpa's home, but we had an and during the heat of summertime,
the best place on the property was inside the playroom.
The playhouse, in the playroom, and there was this big evaporative cooler, and we all stayed cool.
Yes, and loved it. And I'm loving this one. And here to tell us about Portacool is Rick Kelly. Welcome, Rick.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming. Tell us all about this portable evaporative cooler that's just making me very comfortable right now.
You may have seen these, our larger units on the sidelines of the NFL. Many of the teams have our units on their sidelines. They're the larger units.
They're tower units, aren't they? Are they? Oh,
they're
yes.
wide.
No,
they're wide.
Those are your
That's
units.
Ours.
Those are
ours.
big ones.
Those are big ones. So we have units, portable vapor coolers that range from 300 square feet, which is what's cooling you right now, to about 4,000 square feet.
I'll be darned.
Now, when you say 300 square feet, you're talking about the area that it'll cool?
Exactly.
Okay.
So the area that will cool. That's
and
right.
You don't use, if you look at an older evaporative cooler, it has hay down the sides.
Right.
And that's what was wet, and then air was blown against the hay to cool you. Now you have a special fiber core or something?
This is a corrugated material. It's our evaporative media. It's rigid media. And so as you'll notice, it's very durable. It's very thick. So the longer air can stay inside that pad and mix with the water, the better evaporation, the more efficiency you're going to get.
Now, how does water, Rick, get into that pad?
So you add water to our unit, and
a reservoir.
Reservoir.
Okay.
There's a pump that circulates that water over the pad, up over the pad. It trickles down. Air
passes across.
The water that doesn't evaporate goes back to the reservoir and is recirculated once again. So you can add water to our units either by hooking a hose to it. It has a float valve, so it'll turn off and on based on what you need. Or we also have reservoirs, so our units range from 8 gallons to 48 gallons, roughly, even 67 gallons in one model.
Now, are these for interior use? Are they for exterior use, or both?
Mostly exterior use. Now, when you say interior, you can use these. Many businesses will use these in their warehouses, their manufacturing plants, auto garages. But then you'll use them on your patio, your home garage, or even to cool pets and livestock.
Now, it wasn't just but a few years ago that patio heaters became mainstream and affordable for most folks who wanted to spend more time outdoors where it was chilly.
Exactly.
I guess that now what you're doing is essentially the same thing, where you're making the outdoors a comfortable space during more time of the year, especially in arid or hot climates, where you can stand to be outside and not swelter.
Well, arid and hot climates, but even Texas. I live in Dallas, and I use one on my patio, and it'll get up to 100 to 105, and it'll drop the temperature 25 degrees.
Now, we know that patio heaters have come down significantly in cost. What does our audience have to look forward to in as much as the price range is concerned for a Portacool evaporative cooler?
The Portacool Cyclone 1000, which is what we have here, will retail about $389.
Really?
$389, that's it. And extremely energy efficient. This only draws 1.5 amps.
1.5 amps.
So you're talking pennies to operate.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of consumers that will take these camping because you can plug it into a cigarette lighter, like camping, tailgating, any outdoor activity.
Now, we understood from Remodeling Babe that you wanted to use us as guinea pigs for your product to really determine that these work.
You're
Absolutely. We'd love to.
I'm looking at this, and I'm feeling it, and we're having a summer party, and I'm saying, what a blessing.
Absolutely.
I mean, if it's a really hot day, it would ruin our party.
Absolutely.
Rick Kelly, where may our audience find the Portacool products available at retail?
You can find it in select Home Depot stores and also Lowe's stores. Also HomeDepot.com, Amazon.com, Walmart.com. Many of the online websites will have our product.
This thing is the size of a large suitcase.
Yeah.
Exactly, and they're on wheels.
And it's on wheels. Unbelievable.
And
Exactly.
folks can get more information by going where?
Go to Portacool.com.
Portacool.com.
Exactly.
He's Rick Kelly, the Director of Retail Sales for Portacool. Thanks for joining us
Thank
from
you
the
for
Wet
having
and
me.
Forget exhibit from the National Hardware Show.
Thank you.
Well,
Amazing.
that's all the time we have this hour of the program. Were you sufficiently pleased with what you saw and the folks you chatted with?
I haven't seen most of this stuff, and I'm just so thrilled with all of our guests today. They had so much to offer, so much interesting stuff, and I love learning.
You certainly do. And now, where can people go to get more information on what they make?
OnTheHouse.com, baby.
You're listening to On the House with the Carey Brothers.